Okay.
When did you start recording?
We've been recording for
like
a minute.
Yeah.
I'm glad I've already yelled several obscenities.
Have you?
No.
Okay, this is the 39th episode of the Empty Heads podcast. Yeah, with the music. We got a Martin. We got our good friend Martin on here. Introduce yourself, Martin.
Hey guys.
So Martin, what do you do?
What do I do?
Yeah.
Jerk off constantly.
All right. Oh, you know what? We were talking about that the other day.
Really?
You want to use that as a segue?
That's your segue. So we're gonna start off talking about jerking off. Is that it?
No, we don't have to talk
You were
about
complaining about it. On
I wasn't
Monday.
complaining.
That
I was
doesn't
saying,
sound like
I
us.
was saying whenever we have a conversation, it eventually leads to that conversation. It eventually leads to talking about jerking off. I mean, this is terrible.
Well, yeah,
I'm
we've
so
talked.
sorry.
I'm sure we've talked about it on this podcast before.
I think you're the only one that's talked about it on this podcast.
Simon probably has.
Oh, Simon probably has.
Why not talk about it? You know?
Yeah, it is
it's
a taboo
a daily thing we do, and it shouldn't be taboo.
Daily.
What do you mean?
He does it every
It
hour.
sounds like an amateur we have over here. Daily.
I didn't say once daily. I'm just saying it happens every
say
day.
hourly.
It's not
Well,
our.
that wouldn't be accurate. Sometimes I don't get a chance hourly.
Do you get a chance hourly?
If I want the chance, I make the chance.
He has a hole cut in his pocket, so he jerks off at any given moment.
Some of my friends, who we know, our friends, I won't name names, but they have stories
Go
about
ahead, say
when we were
names.
really in high school.
You don't have to say that. Oh, okay.
Yeah, people we've had on
They
the
have,
podcast.
they have stories about, like, you can bleep that or not, I don't know if they care. But, like, stories
no, they
about
don't.
being in high school and running off to the bathroom to jerk off.
No
Never do that?
way. Okay, I might have to bleep their names for
Yeah, I
that.
don't know if they want that to be out there.
See, I wasn't putting up all-star numbers at school. Usually I'd wait for the
Martin's in his prime right now.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
I
I was
did
a rookie
lots and
back
lots of
then.
jerking off and continue to, but I never did that.
Well, I don't know if I've never done that. I just don't know if it was a common occurrence.
I've never done that.
I've never done that.
Those bathrooms are way too gross. Like, to be able to sustain.
Not even that, you're jerking off.
Oh, yeah, that too. But, like, there's so many factors to it. But, like, I couldn't.
Well, hey, we've all jerked off in a bathroom, okay?
Yeah, but not
It's
like
just
a
a ba-
gross high school bathroom.
I like to prep, use my bathroom.
You prep? What do you mean?
He
I
lathers
light
up
some,
his
I
whole
light some
body.
candles, play some music, I make it a whole affair.
You put some potpourri down, so it smells nice.
You see, once you get your numbers up, you don't have time for all this. Cut to the chase.
I also think that we both don't use lotion,
Yeah.
so we don't know what you're
don't
talking.
use
We don't know what the
lotion.
fuck
I
you're
don't use
talking about.
lotion. I don't
Oh,
like
I thought you-
candles.
I
I
thought
don't
when you
like
said
candles
lotion.
either. He said that. I didn't
Oh,
say
yeah.
that.
I didn't say
I was
candles.
just doing a bit.
If you're a guy out there,
I've never jerked off. I'm celibate.
oh, okay.
You have to not jerk off if you're
Jerk
celibate?
off.
Dude, can, like, priests
I
not
don't
jerk
think so.
off?
I
I guess that's like,
if you
yeah.
if you jerk
There's
off,
some,
you're going
like-
to hell.
There are like monks
That's why I
who
don't
don't
jerk off,
masturbate
'cause I don't wanna go to
it's
hell.
they're,
I
like,
feel like
trying
that's
to
like
feel no
medically
sexual-
bad for you.
yeah, I agree.
Is
I
that
think
why
that's too far.
they get snipped?
I feel like you just have like.
Some people get
I don't know
soft
what that is.
ball-sized
Oh, it's like
testicles
eunuchs?
at that point.
Yeah, they get castrated.
Some people get castrated.
Yeah. Right,
Oh,
some monks.
Jesus.
You know what? This
You might be
is-
thinking of Game of Thrones.
This is just.
I probably am, but I've
We
heard
went,
of.
we went from Easton to Eric to now we're talking about jerking off with our good buddy Martin. Like,
I think that's an upgrade.
You're
asked
saying we
me-
should have
you
talked about
asked
jerking
me
off
what
with
I
Easton.
did. That was way too
he asked
broad.
you. I don't
for me
care.
to
I
not
don't care
say
that you're saying
jerking
this.
off.
I just think it's funny.
Yeah, let me interview Martin.
Okay, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Martin, what's it all mean, man?
Okay.
Is
there
this
a
the
purpose
same
to life?
question.
We had this conversation 2 days ago.
Yeah, but it wasn't recorded. If it's not recorded, it didn't even really happen.
All right, fine.
Everything is for content.
What does it all
content.
mean? It doesn't mean anything, Sebastian.
I like that.
There is no fucking meaning.
Well, what do you think about this?
What?
I kind of think there's no inherent meaning.
That's what I just said. Yeah, you just added.
Well,
a
you can
modifier.
put meaning in things. You can have
I could
subjective
put some.
meaning.
I could put some.
Yes.
Didn't take much. Was it just the concept of something being in something?
I think that was
That's enough of
I
a.
think that's what he was going for there.
that was
yeah.
vague enough for me to finish your alley oop that you just tossed me.
Uh-huh.
But
Yeah.
No, I don't think there's any purpose. I think, like, the only real thing you can do is, like, have fun and try to, like, chase happiness, however hard that may be. And then,
I like that. I like what you said there about fun. Because I've been thinking about
what the fuck
how...
else are you supposed to do?
Yeah.
Because then you die.
I've been thinking about how, like, when people say, like, the purpose of life is just to be as happy as possible, something about that
Yeah.
feels a little bit off to me. Because...
How come?
Well, because happiness is not that sustainable. Like, you can't just be happy all the time.
Sure.
That's not realistic. But you can... I think you can have... I think fun is a better goal. Because, like, sometimes you're really sad. Maybe, like, you just went through some tragedy. Your dog just died. And it's fun to be that sad. Or, like...
Is it?
I don't know about
Yeah,
fun.
it's
I think
fun.
it's like sometimes it's necessary, but I don't know about
No, I
fun.
think it's fun. I think I sometimes will get into a depressive state where I'm like, I'm just going to listen to sad music and like lay on the bed. And there's a kind
Oh,
of
I
sick,
see.
twisted fun to that. Or like
What do you
doing
mean,
something that
Kurt
scares you
Cobain?
is not necessarily a happy place, but it's fun.
It's
you know?
some other
I can't-
chemical that's, like, vaguely pleasant in a way that you can't describe, but
Yeah,
I
like
wouldn't-
excitement, you know?
I don't know
I
about
can't
fun.
say that I was having fun when my dog died.
Okay, that's
Because I
not,
wasn't.
that's not what I mean. That's
Well,
not what I mean.
was.
I think I know what you mean.
Yeah.
But
I think more important than happiness is doing things to their full extent.
just in general.
Just like being angry to the full extent. Because if you're just trying to like never be angry, never be sad, that's not going to work.
Well, I don't know, because like be angry to the full extent. I mean, you know.
Eamon's
That,
never been angry before.
no.
He hasn't. He hasn't.
What I'm saying is that definitely, like, certain emotions should be controlled and maintained because they affect others more so than they would have. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Especially things like anger and whatever.
Yeah, I don't mean like
What if I got
get really
really
angry and
angry?
yell at people, because I think when you're doing that, you're actually not doing it to the full. You're not feeling the anger to the full extent. You're projecting it onto other people when you're like yelling at them. But when you're really sad and you instead of trying to distract yourself, just really sit with it and like really really feel it, and just try to be present.
Take
for
it
that.
out all on your kids, right?
Yeah, that was my caveat to the fun thing. As long as
Beat
it's
the
not like to the
absolute
detriment of
shit
other
out of
people.
Yeah,
then maybe
yeah, of course, right. I like the quote. It maybe is from Abraham Lincoln, but maybe it's not. But it's
Jesus Christ.
It's like your right to swing your fist ends at another man's nose.
Oh, I've heard that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's attributed to Lincoln, but he
Yeah, I
probably
think
never
it might
said
not be
that,
Lincoln.
yeah.
It might be bullshit.
Probably Robert E. Lee.
That's so low.
Yeah.
Do you want kids, Martin? We've talked about that on the podcast.
Sometimes we talk about
Do
that.
I? Yeah.
All right.
How many kids?
Oh, shit, probably like 3.
Yeah,
I
there is my
don't know
cap.
what the fuck else would I do with
Yeah, that's
if
a
not
good point.
like beat my kids.
Okay, not that.
Just kidding. I would never do that.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna have 2 of those guys.
2 of those guys.
Yeah, two children.
What if they don't come out guys?
Nah, I just meant children.
2 of those.
Those
No,
children
two of
guys.
these.
What? I mean, yeah, 2 or 3. There's no way I'm having more than 3. Fuck that. My dad is one of 9,
That
and
sounds fucking terrible.
they grew up in like a 1-bedroom apartment in Lebanon, and they all slept in one big old
In,
bed,
like, a
the
shanty,
dwarves,
aluminum
like the
foil
7 dwarves.
shack.
Yeah,
Jesus.
I'm 1 of 4.
yeah. I'm one of 5, so like, it's no good having too many
One of
cooks.
5? I thought you had 2 siblings.
No, I have 3 brothers and a sister.
He's got Omar.
You have a sister?
Yeah, she's like 30.
Oh yeah,
Small
I've
moves.
tasted her baking. That sounded.
Wait, what'd you say?
I've tasted her baking.
Yeah, I gave
Oh, I
her.
heard
I gave
bacon.
you some of
I
her.
was like, this is like nuanced racism.
Yeah.
It just
I gave
sounded
you-
real
I
bad.
gave you some of her cookies. Yeah.
I've had her cookies. Okay, that's all I meant. They were great. I don't want to talk about it anymore.
What kind
Okay.
of-
That was funny. Yeah, I'm one of 5. Yes.
You know, Sebastian,
Yeah.
Jupiter's Legacy got canceled.
Sucked anyways, right?
Okay. I didn't think it sucked. I liked
Oh,
it.
I thought you said it sucked. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I just.
Hey,
thought
you got
you'd
it.
know.
People didn't get like mixed response.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
fine.
It's canceled.
Okay.
Boom.
Garrett
Gotcha.
canceled it. Jesus
Great.
Christ. Martin, did you watch like Invincible or
Dude.
The Boys?
You know I don't be watching shit like that.
Damn.
Also, dude, this mic is like mesmerizing.
What's wrong with it?
Nothing.
Okay.
It's good.
Martin,
Yeah.
when you look back on our time together in high school, what is your main takeaway from it?
Our is in like you and my time. And
Oh, I meant
Like
the
as a
four of us,
collective,
because we've known
as a
each other
collective.
for background. Martin and I have known each other since we were like fucking,
like 5, dude.
yeah. We went to the same kindergarten, or maybe we were in different kindergartens.
No.
We both had Brian.
That's right.
Okay, same kindergarten,
Right.
same elementary school, same middle school, same high school, but the four of us all went to high school together. We tend to talk about that a lot on this podcast because it's a shared
Fucking
experience.
lame.
It's because it's the last like real thing we did before the pandemic. Well, actually, in like first 2 quarters of college.
Almost
But
like a year of college. What are you talking about?
Did you say 2 quarters? Oh, you mean quarters as in
Like literally like the
a
term.
quarter? Ah.
yeah.
My main takeaway from high school with Martin was when we first started becoming friends, and I let him into my house.
What did I do in your house?
No, there's 2 things that were really funny. The first thing is he didn't walk up to the front door to come in. He walked all the way to the back, and we were in the living room. And I
Oh
just
yeah,
saw
that's
him at
right.
the back
That's
door.
right.
It was really funny. And then he bare ass put his cheeks on this exact couch actually.
One time, Martin was over at my house
Cool.
and he pulled his bare ass and he farted on
This
my
is a common
pillow.
routine.
I had to like wash my pillow a few times because I was not risking that. The poop
Risking what?
particles.
Pink eye,
Risking
dude.
what?
Pink eye. I didn't
could-
want you
he
to-
could have
I
easily
have
gone
a
pink
pink
eye.
asshole.
Okay.
It's ripe.
Oh yeah.
Clean. There is no risk. Just homophobic as hell. Washing
Your
your
asshole
pillow.
is
That's
homophobic?
dramatic. Huh?
Is that what you said?
You washing your pillow.
Oh.
Like I got.
Yeah, what are you afraid of, a little asshole?
I am afraid of a little asshole.
I feel like people have a lot of weird hang-ups about assholes.
it's
Yeah,
where the
I
poop
agree.
comes from.
Okay.
They're smelly.
Yeah, but
The poop is
They're
gross.
hairy.
the poop comes from your inside your body, which, you know, like, you're not afraid of your nose in the same way. But isn't that just another entrance to your body where stuff comes out of?
But the poop is the grossest stuff.
Why?
What do you mean the poop is the grossest?
It's just food that's been digested.
You're totally just gaslighting me right now.
No, I'm not. I really
Oh
believe
my
that
God.
people are way more phobic about poop and buttholes than is reasonable.
I
at
think
all.
for me, it's more about the poop than the butthole.
So do you like to have a little bit of poop on your hands?
Honestly, I don't care that much because you just wash it off, and everybody has had that happen.
But what
And
about
in
people
some
that
countries-
don't wash their hands after they shit? Like my room.
Well, now you're just talking about poor hygiene in general.
Yeah.
But that doesn't have to do with the poop itself.
But
Like, it's weird how poop, the second it comes out of you, it goes from touching you to not touching you, and as soon as it's not touching you, you become afraid to touch it. But it was just touching you, you know?
It was touching like inside of you.
Yeah, what's the difference?
When you.
That doesn't like have exposure to anything. It's just
Yeah.
Well, if you put alcohol in that same spot, you
Right.
get drunk as fuck in like a minute. Like, it's a very
Oh,
absorbent
yeah,
membrane.
yeah, that's
It's
true.
way more absorbent than the hands. So the idea that you're gonna like somehow get sick from the poop.
Well, it's not that you're gonna get sick through your hands. It's that it's gonna be on your hands or whatever, and then you touch your mouth or your
Right,
nose,
okay.
which are more.
But
absorbent
see, now
membranes.
this is a silly idea because if you have poop on your hands, you're gonna smell that shit. You're gonna immediately know to wash your hands.
I can't say I've butt chugged before.
Oh, neither have I. But
Not
we do
opposed to
think
the
it would be a
idea.
fun thing to do on the
I'm
podcast. We were
not
wondering if maybe
opposed.
Soak some tampons in vodka,
Yeah.
stick them up your butt.
Is
we
that
got-
how people do it?
we've got a
Yep.
big box of
Put a
tampons
funnel
right
in
here.
my ass.
Yeah, I thought that's how they did it.
There's multiple.
There's
ways.
multiple ways, Eamon.
There's no way that's any comfortable.
Didn't,
a funnel up their ass and just like vodka being poured in there.
Didn't
Yeah.
John Cena do this on some stupid
Yeah,
ass
yeah, in
movie?
cock blockers.
Yeah.
Or I guess it's just called blockers.
Yeah, but there's like a little chicken.
Yeah.
Simon
It's
and his baby
like
watched that
An implicit
um,
cock.
like multiple times. He loves that.
Yeah,
movie.
he really does like
likes
that
that
movie.
movie.
I haven't seen it. I don't think I ever
Movie
will.
sucks.
He really loves blockers with John Cena.
That's how he always says it too. Blockers with John Cena.
I think he just likes that it's so bad.
I can't tell.
I thought people. Oh,
I honestly can't, because it's not like the worst. It's not like Troll 2. You know, it's not like comically bad. It's just kind of a shitty comedy.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, that's what I've heard.
But I mean, it does have John Cena butt chugging,
I guess that's
Yeah,
I
there's
guess
that
that
scene.
makes up for the rest of the shitty movie.
and it's got Leslie Mann. You guys know Leslie Mann,
No,
wife of Judd Apatow.
Yeah.
don't know.
Dude.
Pretty hot.
Yep. You got that right.
Jeez.
All right.
Martin, who do you think is hot?
Your mom.
Oh!
I walked right into
what
that.
a compliment.
You're like, why would you ask that? You knew the answer.
Yeah.
Well, how dare you?
I think your mom's hot.
Also, your dad.
You're either a smart fella or a fart smeller.
Yeah. It's
Uh-huh.
true.
Gotcha.
Great.
Good work, Eric. Good
Is that
work,
enough
team.
time? Can we stop?
We've been recording for 15 minutes.
You've had
We
enough
usually
rest.
do like an hour.
30
Really-
seconds don't even count.
Yeah, it's pretty hot in here.
I think
Yeah,
I
why
think
is
we
it so hot,
peaked.
Jared?
I'm sweating.
I don't know why it's hot.
I'm sweating, and I'm.
Let me open the garage door.
Everything sounds different with headphones on.
It's weird, isn't it?
Yeah.
You could hear yourself more than anything else.
Yeah, I like it.
God.
Oh my
God. Sorry about that, folks.
All right.
And
Who's
the big
folks? Are you
studio
like
door.
shouting out your like 4 loyal listeners?
Yeah.
Crickets.
Tell us about the first time you jerked off, then.
Do you even know?
I remember
Yeah.
being confused.
Help me out here, man. I'm trying to get some content out of you.
Dude, I was probably like 11, dude. This
Yeah.
is a decade ago.
Uh huh.
Do you remember?
The first time Martin jerked off?
No.
I was really scared. I was like, dude, stop it.
Yeah.
We're in class.
I was not in class.
I don't remember what.
I remember. I don't
remembers
remember
that?
the first
Do
time I
you
jerked off, but I
remember?
remember the first time I came because that was like a big deal.
It's a scary thing.
Yeah, I didn't know
Like,
what
the
was
fuck
happening.
is
really.
happening to me?
We
Wow, opening the door made a huge difference. Go
we
ahead.
we had like terrible sex ed at Sycamore, so like I had no idea what was
I
happening.
think
I
that's
didn't-
just like a universal thing.
I don't know. My sex ed at Sumner was pretty comprehensive.
This guy loves his.
Pretty comprehensive.
Yeah, he
This
went.
guy fucks.
Our teacher.
Damon got molested.
Our
He's applying his classroom
It was a
knowledge
live
to the future.
demonstration.
Live demonstration. Eamon was brought up for the volunteer.
Jesus Christ. No,
Just
but
let
like,
it out, Eamon.
I just think like
let it
as a
out.
kid it was I don't know, I felt like I was taught proper. Maybe I'm just remembering
Even
wrong.
fucks 3 meals on set.
Came home, gave mom and dad a glorious presentation on everything he knew. Like,
Eamon covers his entire fucking first floor in cum.
I don't know what I wanted. I started this and
Well, I started it.
This is
actually.
all
I
your
mean, I
fault.
asked him about young jerking off.
No, it was a domino effect of
Yeah.
Eamon, or was it Garrett?
It was
One
me.
of you
I started at the
fucking
beginning.
idiots fucking came on and said, "What do you do?" There was only
That was
one
Eamon.
answer.
What do you
was
want
there
to
one
do?
answer?
What do I want to do?
What do you want to be, man?
Get better at jerking.
Well, you sound like you're a master already.
Do you have like lofty goals? Like if you had unlimited resources, what would you do with it?
Unlimited. What kind of resources?
Like a bunch of money.
A bunch.
time?
Yeah, a bunch of money.
Dude, if I had
and,
time and money, then I wouldn't have to do anything.
You wouldn't even have
So
to
then
jerk yourself off.
Dude, then I'd have to find like new hobbies.
Okay.
At least now I can like occupy myself in this flesh prison by pursuing time and money, I guess.
What about what do you do to relax? Okay, I shouldn't ask.
You know, we already discussed that.
So okay, but eventually, I mean, presumably, if you don't get hit by a car in the intervening time,
That's how I'm gonna go out.
All
right.
But like, assuming you like have a career and you get the 3 kids, and then you get to retirement age, what do you think you'll do then?
Oh, dude, hopefully I can still like ski at that time. That's like one of those things
You
that
wanna be
I
like
wish
a
I could do all the time, but
Skier, man.
yeah. Yeah,
Coming
I like
old soul.
outdoor shit. I like biking and kayaking and hiking and all that like white people shit.
Yeah.
You gonna get into golf like a white person?
Dude, no, I've dabbled into golf, but I haven't full sent to golf.
You'll probably be golfing at some point. Does your dad golf?
I don't think he full sends that either. I mean, he's dabbled, of course, but yeah, no, just like these cracker hobbies that you need like time and money to do.
I can see myself golfing in the future.
Yeah, that's because it's like the sport where you don't have to move.
Exactly.
Sport, quote unquote. I dread the day where I become a golfing old man. I don't think I want to do that.
I mean, you're just gonna be like an angry, like porch sitting, hookah smoking, like yelling old man.
Yeah, I think that's...
Only reading the newspaper.
Yeah, that's where I want to go.
Just blasting 3 packs a day.
Yeah.
There'll still be a newspaper.
Just for me. Yeah, I want a crippling nicotine addiction.
It's not crippling.
Okay.
His will be crippling.
What's
Yeah.
that
We'll
one
take it to
kid?
new
What
heights.
about a
Sweet,
nicotine
sweet
addiction
Lord.
is crippling?
You have to keep smoking, I guess.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah,
Getting
but you'll
nicotine.
have the you'll have that sweet retirement money.
Yeah, but I don't want that sweet
Just
lung
blowing
cancer
your
with it.
social security on cigarettes.
Menthols. Oh, not menthols.
Huh?
Not menthols.
No, the menthols will be so scarce. They're gonna be like
Black market items.
$100,000 a pack at
Yeah.
that point.
yeah,
But yeah, you'll just be doing like Newport Reds.
they'll be back in Palestine
Back in
when they get their own
Palestine.
state.
Yeah, save Sheikh Jarrah, man.
We've never...
Oh, I just remembered Sebastian's like
No, I don't have a dog in this
of
fight.
the ethno state.
Do you do anything?
He's one of the chosen people.
You do anything creative?
Do I do anything creative?
Yeah.
He's just gonna say jerking off again.
That's not.
No, that's not creative.
That is literally creative, but only if you do it into a pussy.
That's not creative either. What
As it is.
It
It's
is,
the ultimate
literally.
act of creation.
If you interpret it like that, sure.
Okay, so
You
sorry.
fucking idiot.
I think.
Do I do anything creative?
Right.
Dude, I haven't done anything artsy in like a decade. I used to be nasty on the keys as a child.
Oh shit.
Ooh.
I no longer play. Yeah, I don't do like the art shit that you do.
You ever? Well, I think everybody has some form of creative. Like a lot of like I was talking to a girl recently, and I was like, "You do any like form of art?" She's like, "No," and then like we keep talking for a while, and then like I find out like she writes and like she plays guitar. I think everybody like we make a podcast. Even that's a form of
Right, yeah.
creation.
I could write a mean bit.
You write? You ever
Yeah,
write?
I mean-
You ever like
Mean bit?
journal?
Journal, no. It's all just.
The
So
journal of
my first semester of college, I had to take this writing class that was like required of me, and what I would do is just Johnny would come over with fucking just ounces of like weed that should not be legal. Like,
Wait, oh, this is a burglar?
yeah.
Oh yeah, for the listeners. Oh,
Yeah, so
Johnny's never been
I
on.
Johnny's
live-
never
I
been on,
live
but
in
we've mentioned him.
Berkeley,
They have no frame of reference for
California,
Johnny.
with Sebastian's childhood best friend,
Yeah,
good old Chaunster.
yeah.
So
We
this
gotta get
fucker
Johnny
comes over all the time, just bags of this fucking skunk gas. So we'd hit that before I'd have to like sit down and like write like a 9-page fucking paper on whatever the hell I was writing about. And I'd just sit down and then just start like fucking clacking away for like 6 hours and
Yeah.
just in like a fugue state, like completely unconscious. I'd wake up and just like read through it and I'd be like, what the hell did I just write?
So that's your art?
I say, fuck it. I turn it in. This like French literature PhD who's like teaching this class. Yeah, he's like a PhD student. Like he's not even like full professor or anything because like, yes, this school system's broke as hell. Too many students. So I give him this paper, And he emails me the next day. He's like, "This is amazing. Can I print this to share with the class tomorrow?" I was like, "Sure, bro. Like, go for it." He's like, in class, he was like, "I've never seen this structure before. It's so effective." I was
What was the paper on?
I think I was writing about like Belgian people just like shitting through the Congo. I think that's what I was getting, that sweet rubber.
Some heavy stuff.
Yeah. I don't know, because I remember writing about like Apocalypse Now. I'm sure you guys have seen that.
Yeah.
The book Heart of Darkness as well, and it was just kind of like incorporating those pieces of media. But
I have.
So I'd see that as a
well.
form of creativity.
I guess, but it just reminded me because like Johnny would come over and just give me so much fucking skunk that I would come out of it and just create a new like essay structure. And then what happened was so funny because he printed it and gave it to everyone in the class, and then we had to peer review the next paper. And I was reading this girl's paper and I like going through it, and I was like, "Oh, this sounds like familiar. Like I don't know why." And I was like, "Wait a goddamn minute." So I pull out my old paper. She used it as like a template for like her new paper. Just like plagiarized it like, blatantly, and just like swapped in words that were like from her paper. I was like, "Yeah, okay. Like if only you knew how this was created."
That's kind of cool though. That's like validation.
In a way, yeah, but also just like you just stole my shit.
That's so funny.
Did the professor like her paper as much as he liked yours?
I don't know.
Oh, he didn't say anything about it.
No.
That's pretty good. I bet a lot of other students did that since he was like going on about how good your
I
paper
don't think
was.
they would just take it and just directly copy it.
Well, yeah, not direct, but like take inspiration from it.
Sure, I guess. It wasn't inspiring. It was just like, which like schizophrenic man like scrawled this on his wall in blood.
That's so good.
Do you think you live in the moment?
We talked about this 2 days ago as well.
This is a
There
new
is no
question.
moment. We were talking about
Oh, maybe we did talk
we
about that.
can't
you guys
take
did talk about that.
a slice of time so small to be considered now, and so there is no now. That
Right.
that was the conclusion that we came to.
Yeah. Well, no one can live in this moment.
No, I
'cause
don't
this
live in the
moment's
moment.
It's
already
already
gone.
gone, yeah.
But I think you can achieve a sense of being present.
I feel like I'm shit at that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm either constantly fucking scheming for something,
Yeah.
or I'm just dwelling on like some dumb shit that I did like at any point in my life.
I feel like
Yeah,
those
me
are the
too.
two main distractions from being present: is worrying about the
Yes,
future
the
and worrying
only
about the.
two other directions.
Yeah.
of
Well, I mean,
time,
there's
but-
also like, you could be in a room with someone and you're just worrying what they're thinking about, and that's another way of distracting yourself
guess.
from being present.
Right. Okay, that makes sense.
But the two main ones are probably like regrets we have and stuff we worry about in the future. I don't know why I'm saying main.
No, but that's right. I mean, it could all be categorized into those two things. That's all. I mean, I'm just like Martin. I'm very bad at being present. It's all just sort of like, what am I gonna do next for this and this, and then occasionally something I did
Mhm.
that
I
I
mean, if I could
hate.
focus and lock in, I'm good. It's just like that's a rare occasion.
Right. Yeah.
I'm not even here right now.
I can tell. You can tell by the look on your face.
Look at him.
That reminds me of Sir Eric Pulver.
we had him on
up
last
to
We had him
the-
on last week. Yeah.
Yeah, pulling up to the drive-through at McDonald's.
Can I get a Fortnite
Says-
burger?
Can I have a Fortnite burger? Just what? He goes, the look on your face is probably epic.
Such a good bit.
So good.
Just rolls off.
Do you have any weird fears?
Weird fears.
Or just
Sebastian's just
phobias?
taking-
I'm just digging
You're
for
just
oil.
digging. Yeah.
For oil? That's Eamon's job.
Sebastian's
That's how
Minecraft
Eamon's
Steve
gonna end up. He's just gonna be a fucking oil tycoon.
You really think I'm not even from the Gulf countries. Lebanon has no oil.
Oh, I'm sorry, Eamon. I didn't know you couldn't
He's not even in
Your,
oil. Right
Middle
now.
Eastern square
Yeah.
of land.
I'm from the only part of the Middle East that has no oil and no worth.
I mean,
So,
clearly, you came out of there.
anyways, Jesus Christ.
Hottie.
What'd you ask him? Your fears? Do you want to talk
Weirdest
about your
fears.
I don't know if I'm scared of shit. If you picked, you've known me since I was like a
Yeah, you
fucking
don't strike me
child.
as someone who has
am
a
I
lot
scared
of
of?
fear. Do you think?
You scared of clowns?
No.
Do you
I
have?
mean, you know I am the clown.
When you think about dying, is it a sense of fear, or do you just go like, I think that'll happen?
No, I'm not scared of dying.
Didn't we also
I-
talk about that a few days ago?
I mean, guys, we'll probably talk about these subjects.
We're treading
many
a lot of
times.
old ground.
I know, but it's just like,
This is the first time he's been on the podcast.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
trying to get
no.
into what makes Martin.
I was just gonna bring up what
Not
we
fear of death, I guess.
concluded.
But see, that's significant,
Yeah.
saying not fear of death, because a lot of
No,
people
it's
have a
not.
crippling fear of death.
Right, but we all agreed that we just sort of like,
I don't know. I don't have this like attachment to my life anymore. That sounds so fucking
Yeah.
morbid. For someone who's
man.
like,
No, it's
I
It's
know what
totally,
you mean. Though.
Yeah. We keep
it's
talking
like cool.
about.
Like I enjoy things, but I'm not like. I don't know. I've never. The near-death experiences I've had, I've just been so confused that I haven't been able to be like, oh, I'm like dying.
Do you want to tell us
scared of
about a near-death experience?
one of them?
I don't know that I've ever had a near-death experience.
Oh, I told you I thought I was gonna die. One time, Johnny brought some mega gas.
Oh, right.
over. I
Okay,
said,
I guess I've had some of those experiences.
Yeah, like off of a drug, but
Oh,
like
yeah, that's different. That's not real
Yeah.
death. That's like simulated death.
artificial death.
But it can, in the moment, it can be.
It can feel pretty real,
indistinguishable.
yeah.
It's funny that you
Yeah.
keep referring to Johnny as this guy who shows up with big like Santa Claus sacks of.
Just pound.
Of weed.
Because like I had to like wait so long for him to even like be willing to try.
We've mentioned Johnny like numerous times on this podcast, and I like to imagine somebody who has no idea who we are just having an image of who Johnny is in their
It's
mind.
nothing like who Johnny.
They'll
is.
never.
No,
they'll never know
Never
because we
know.
asked him like, "You want to be on the podcast?" And he was like, "Yeah, I don't know what I would talk about."
Yeah,
You
but it's
forgot
like
to
you can
do-
never guess who he is anyways. He's such a unique character. Like,
You forgot to do like the fake Israeli accent.
I'm sorry.
I
don't know what I would talk about.
don't know what they would talk about on the podcast.
He's so boring.
That was so
He doesn't
shit.
even. He doesn't have an accent.
no, he doesn't. It's
It's
just
a
better to
good
give
bit,
him an
though, to
accent.
pretend
Yeah.
that he does.
Yeah.
So imagine a big hulking Israeli man kicking your dorm door with sacks of weed. That's Johnny. That's
Not
all he
really.
does.
No.
That doesn't
No,
describe
that's the
full
image I
scope
want
of it.
people to
Okay.
have of him, though.
Oh,
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
Ugh, fine.
Yeah, he's 9 feet tall.
yeah.
Blue skin,
He's like the Green Giant. but-
4 eyes.
Yeah, 4 eyes.
He lived on like the top floor of this building, and there was like a little
Completely hairless.
porch out, and he would have this like shitty like broken wooden chair that he would like put out there
Oh yeah.
and just pound like joints on joints until he would just pass out.
FaceTiming
himself.
Josh. Sometimes he'd be like, so I'd FaceTime him and he'd be like taking a shit, and like his bathroom had like this window right
Yep.
next to the toilet, and one time he answered and he was on the toilet and he was smoking a joint.
Yeah.
Hell
And he was
yeah.
just looking at the view. It was so good.
I think the thing you said a second ago, though, not having an attachment, that's the key to being, because
No, it's not in like a depressing way. It's just like
no, it's very freeing.
yeah.
It's like you get a fish, you become attached to the fish, and the fish dies, and you're sad for a day. And it's like if you didn't form the attachment to that fish, you just walked by a goldfish one day and it died, you'd feel nothing. All that pain comes from the attachment you formed to the fish, not
Yeah.
anything happening with
Oh
the
yeah.
fish.
At the same
It's
time,
hard to be attached to a fish, though.
Is it? You ever have a pet fish?
I wasn't broken up about it when he died. I was like, oh, he died.
Nah, man. If you got a good fish and it's sad,
It was a goldfish. I mean, you just no interaction aside from feeding it and looking at
I
it.
had a little frogger.
yeah, I remember flushing my fish
Yeah.
down the toilet.
The other, like,
Ah,
I don't remember that.
with a
being-
dog or a cat, that thing is like showing affection towards you.
right. Well, even with a dog or a cat, though, still, if you saw a random dog that you didn't know, and it died, you'd feel less than the dog you form an attachment with.
Sure, but it also reminded me of the dog that I have an attachment to, because it's a dog.
Okay, well, whatever. Regardless, the attachment is what's causing the pain.
Yeah, I
So
didn't
you're
disagree
saying
with
that
that.
the like not having an attachment to your own mortality is like
Is freeing, yeah.
I guess
In a
in
way.
yeah.
Is a way to get rid of the death anxiety. But I also, if you're a hardcore Buddhist and you don't jerk off, you don't have a family, a wife and kids, it's in the fish metaphor, it's just you're not even going to buy a fish. You're not going to go near a fish because you don't want to form the attachment.
Mhm.
I think that's going too far the other way. Because
You're not experiencing anything.
yeah, you don't
Right,
get to
yeah.
have a fish. You don't get to know what that's like. So I say, like,
You don't get to know what it's like to jerk off.
Yeah, well, I'm not attached to my flesh prison. Like, I do think it would be disappointing if I just, like, croaked tomorrow. Like,
right.
just because, I don't know, I feel like there's, like, better shit ahead that to be experienced and, like,
Right.
certain things that, like, come with age and, like, money and shit. So, I don't know. I'm not scared. I feel like maybe, like, 75. That's a good time to croak.
Yeah.
You don't want to be too old.
No.
I don't.
Shit
I saw an old
sucks.
lady with a walker going down the street, and she's
Yeah,
bent
dude.
like
If
a
I
question mark.
touch a walker, just like blast.
I just couldn't imagine ever being like cool with the idea that just to go from here to there, I need like a bunch of metal, and it's gonna take me 5 minutes.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm gonna have a bunch of metal, but it's gonna be my legs, my arms, and the rest of me. I'm gonna be a cyborg.
My
Maybe RoboCop.
great uncle is like 92 and he still just drives himself around and he walks around fine. He doesn't have a walker or anything. I mean, he's a little slow.
Okay, if
but,
his
like,
quality
Good
of
for
life
him.
is
That's
good
pretty
at
lit.
that age, then awesome. But dude, at this rate,
And you would great sex ed, and you don't hate your religion. We get it, Eamon. Your life is perfect.
I wouldn't say that.
Booyah.
it's the guy
Quite
who's
the
ass.
opposite, but
I don't hate my religion though. I'm just sort of indifferent to it.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
sure. How do you feel about the religion you were born into, Mark?
Oh yeah, I've come from a family of like, just like a chain of clergy. So it's like,
wow.
yeah, I was always like around that. But I don't know. Like I was like confirmed and everything. But it's just like a thing that I don't really like think about anymore because it's like an inconvenience for me.
When you have
If
the 3
anything.
kids, presumably, what do you think you'll tell them about like religion and stuff?
I can't see myself trying to like
Take him to
force
church.
some religion down their throat. Like I don't know.
Yeah.
Like I
I'm
couldn't
gonna
take
hand 'em
myself seriously doing that.
3 different books and say choose, or don't choose at all.
I mean, most people don't even get that. Most people get, here's the book.
Yeah, this is the one book your entire life is
I think that's what I'll
whatever
do.
by
Get a
Yeah, no,
copy
I
of
was
the Torah,
never-
the Bible
the Quran.
and the Quran. Say choose.
What
I mean,
about your parents? Are
that's
they
not
like
choose at
religious?
all.
At that point,
my
like,
dad certainly is. My mom is not, but she just goes along for the ride. She's like supportive.
She was born in the Iron Curtain, right?
Yeah.
Or was it outlawed?
so hot.
No.
What was the line in the Satan's Alley? And to be different was to die.
Yeah,
What?
Satan's Alley.
Satan's Alley, the
Oh,
trailer
Satan's Alley.
from the
Yeah,
Tropic
yeah,
Thunder.
yeah.
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 I didn't know your dad was religious like that because I know that you don't you're not really religious, so I thought I
Yeah,
just
not
assumed
really.
your parents
No,
were.
I mean he's not. I guess like as a kid, he would take me to like church all the time, and I would just dread it. I was like, this shit's boring.
Right.
That's how I
Just-
felt about Temple, yeah. You're just
Yeah.
sitting there waiting for it to be over.
Exactly.
So weird. I had a complete.
And like at a
opposite
certain
experience.
point,
Oh, good for you.
Okay, I'll just stop. All right, I'm sorry.
I mean, Sebastian, like, was there a point in your life where you're like, oh, maybe I should just try to like listen to this and get something out of it since I like have to be here.
Yeah, I tried a lot to like pay attention and learn something many times. And I like, it's my family, so I'll never really be free from it. I'll always like whenever I'm around my cousins, like they're gonna be talking about that shit.
Yeah.
And I always try to, especially nowadays, to keep an open mind. But like I had a bar mitzvah,
Call back.
and
Yeah, we did talk about
that's all. That whole process, they make you like learn a story. We've talked about it, but they make you learn a portion of the Torah. I learned to read
In Hebrew? So do you have to you have to stand up in front of everyone
Yeah.
and do it, right?
I read in Hebrew. And I don't even remember what the passage, like it made so little of an impact on me
Yeah.
that I don't even remember what the passage was about or like what the lesson was supposed to be gained from it. And at that point I was thinking like, if I have to try that hard, if I have to be actively all the time, like I just think if this like great stories, they make an impact on me whether or not I'm listening. You know, when I watch a movie with a really like beautiful story, I read a good book, like it just affects me. It's not even a conscious thing. I just let it happen. But with
Well, I
that
feel
stuff,
like it's you're able to pay attention at that point.
Yeah.
It's not boring you.
that's a good point. And I don't have, there's no language barrier. But I don't know.
Yeah, at least you got those shekels though.
I got some shekels. I got some baba ganoush, a couple dreidels.
Love some baba ganoush.
Can't wait for the Bible 2 to come out.
Got some
It's gonna
halva.
be a good read.
What is halva?
It's like a pastry.
Did you get
I got some baklava.
it's the
Halva.
I got some foreskins.
what's the money?
Just thinking of
You
Jewish
got some
things.
foreskins.
Yeah, they gave me the
So how did you
foreskins.
have a bar mitzvah but no circumcision?
I don't.
What's the name for the money candy?
Because my parents are crazy. For the what?
the money candy.
Oh, guilt.
Yes. There we
Wait,
go. You got some
so you
gel?
didn't have a bris?
Nope.
Yeah, but then why have bar mitzvah but no?
Hey, man, you're telling me.
Doesn't that make you? I mean, you know, like not like you care, but like within Judaism, isn't there like the there's an episode of Curb Your Enthusiasm where they bury his mom in a different plot because she has a tattoo.
Right.
Right. So
I mean, I have a lot of things that some people would say make me not Jewish, like tattoos, not being circumcised. My mother's not Jewish. These are all-
your mom's not. I thought both your parents were. Oh, that's interesting.
Mom was raised pretty like secularly, but you know, it's Christian and Catholic on that side.
And then did she convert to Judaism when
No.
she married? Oh wow.
Yeah, but then she still maybe had a bar mitzvah. Cause she,
For the
but
shekels.
she was like
no shekels at the bris.
her
At the
perspective
bris.
on it was like, I didn't get a religion as a kid and I missed out on it, so now you have to, because you'll regret it later if you don't. And I was like, stop forcing this on me, I don't want to have a bar mitzvah. And she was like, shut up, you'll thank me later.
Are you thinking her later?
Martin?
No.
Yeah, that doesn't really make.
Who was at your bar mitzvah?
Who was at my bar
Is
mitzvah?
it
I think
anyone we
I think
know
I was
that you-
supposed to be there at some point, and then like for some reason I like wasn't like
Was Johnny
in the
there?
country or something.
Yeah, maybe Johnny was probably there. I think Simon was there. You know, family members.
It's just a little hoedown, right?
You know, it was mostly an opportunity for my parents to throw. This is being recorded. I don't want to trash on it too much, but like throw themselves a little party.
Right. Yeah.
Go like, look, we made a kid. Everyone, look at our kid. It's 12 now.
yeah. That is a good
It
point.
really was not like, if it had been up to me, designed by me. Well, I just wouldn't have had one
Would you have had like killer birthday party instead?
when I was 12.
Yeah.
Dude, you'd had the entire Thomas the Tank Engine collection present.
No, I don't know. I probably wanted to go see The Force Awakens.
Is that what was out when we were
No,
12?
we were like 15. I don't know. No, I wouldn't have. I'm not the kind of guy who would go like, let's have a huge ceremony for me.
Yeah, I don't like having big birthday parties for myself. But like, did your brother have a bar mitzvah?
Yeah.
Did John do his in Israel?
John had like a small ceremony here, and then he did the big one in Israel.
Oh my
Because I think if you're Israeli, then
You
it's
kinda
like,
have
yeah,
to,
of course
yeah.
I'm gonna go do it. Oh, what am I
Lit.
gonna have a American bar mitzvah? That's silly.
Yeah, that's no good.
Dude, Johnny has some Zionist tendencies.
I don't know if we should talk about that.
What?
I don't know. We should.
I'm not allowed to get into that.
No, you can say whatever you want.
Not. I
Amy
mean,
just cutting me off.
No, not
because
about like.
I've struck a nerve.
Go
clearly.
ahead. It doesn't matter.
I think if you're from
You're gonna
there,
get him going, is what he's
I'm
trying
gonna
to
get
say.
him good.
we definitely will never understand what it is like to live in this town and hear like all this stuff about like, oh, Israel this and Israel this, and for him, we're talking about like his other home, you know.
We're not shitting on his home. We're
no, but the
on...
word Israel for him has a different meaning than it does to us.
Of course.
Right. But like, I
live in the United States, and I think we have a fucking shitty disaster.
Okay, that's a good point. I agree.
It is a shitty government. Everything is like fucking up. No one in the government actually cares about his people, you know, and it's all these other things. So like, but the thing is
we probably all agree that government is usually, most of them are.
Yeah, the other half of me is from fucking Hungary, an absolute clusterfuck of a government, just like pathetic. Just a fascist idiot, like.
Oh right, that is what's going on there now. Huh?
For like over a decade now, but yeah, no, I'm able to like. Although I like, okay, I don't have any attachment to the U.S. at all, but I still have this like. I don't know, this like part of me that's like, oh, this is like this little like shithole country in Europe that I'm like from, so it's like. Yeah, that's like a part of me, but also I know that the government's like fucking stupid and like.
Right. Yeah.
I don't.
But
know.
I imagine if somebody
Lebanon.
started saying like, "Oh, I hate Hungary," that would
I'd be like,
probably
yeah,
feel a
me
little weird to
too.
hear. Okay, it's different.
In a way, yeah. It would
It's
just be like,
different.
why?
I lived in Portland a little bit, and sometimes people would be like, "Oh, people from California," and for some reason, even though like I don't care about fuck the U.S. or whatever, but like. Just people making judgments about California, having never been there, was a little irritating. Even though, like, you know, I don't give a fuck about the people who run California or like the policies and the laws.
But they're talking about the common folk. Like,
yeah, but when someone's saying
doesn't-
fuck Israel, they're not saying like fuck Israeli people.
Yeah.
They're saying
I'm saying it doesn't really matter what they mean. It's the hearing the words has a different attachment to me.
that makes sense.
Yeah,
I don't know. But like,
it's all about attachment.
it is mainly like when you judge a country, usually it's judging the government and their actions, not the people residing within the country.
Right.
Because like, you know, the United States government and their foreign policy and all that has obviously led to devastating things. But like, I don't hate.
You seem a little distracted, Amy.
Yeah, you and Garrett were like.
We weren't doing
rubbing
anything.
each
No, we
other
weren't doing
off or
anything.
whatever. But like, I don't know. It's just like making like hating on a government just feels sort of right.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it's just like okay, like whatever.
Dude, fuck governments.
Most
you
of
ever
them
hear
suck.
I think it's pretty easy to be like, yeah, this like institution shouldn't be like mowing down like brown kindergartners because they're like living in their home. Even if you're from there, you're not going to be like, oh, this is like the right thing to do because I was like, but John wasn't even born there. Like, even if you were born there, like if
It's
that's
true. He's from fucking New Jersey. Which is why he's always eating meatball subs around us, in case you guys were wondering about that.
Is that a Jersey thing?
I don't know.
That's why he's always eating gabagool around us.
He told me he applied to Princeton in high school. Apparently his parents went there. And,
yeah, that's where his bris was.
Yeah, at some point he
In his essay,
mentioned going back to retrieve his missing piece. Circumcised there.
Well, no, he didn't. I don't think he ended up submitting that because everyone told him not to. But I told him to submit that.
Why would you not submit that?
I don't know.
Yeah, it's fine.
I also kind of think I'm not like Zionist at all, but just to play devil's advocate, he's been there, you know, every summer since we were like little kids.
Mm-hmm.
So if there was any like,
And he lived there for a few
propaganda.
years, right?
yeah, you lived there for a year.
Mm-hmm.
If there was any like propaganda brainwashing going on there, on the citizens there, you know,
Yeah, which
Like-
there is.
right? We would have experienced almost none of that, but he would have experienced
Right, of course.
some of that. Yeah, I don't know.
I'm not shitting on Johnny. This
Yeah.
this is my boy. This is just my like my example target. This is my representation of Israel right now.
Yeah. Well, I went over there once, and it was just a bunch of Johnnies in wigs,
Oh man.
same beard and everything.
I don't know. It's like, you go to places like in the Middle East in particular. It's a lot less. Here in America, the government sort of plays both sides of like, support us in this, but you have the right to not really do that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's very, the government is very obvious and like open about that. But in the Middle East, probably the same thing in Israel, it's just sort of like, this is the government. Like, sure, it's a democracy, but it's like, we are a country. Like, everyone should be in this together.
Yeah.
Like, why don't you care?
It's a whole different vibe, and it's just assumed that you're gonna at 18 join the military.
Yeah,
That's like a crazy different.
Yeah.
Nationalism is so stupid.
Yeah, it really is. How did Johnny get out of that, joining the IDF?
Well,
Did he get out of that?
Well, he's not in the IDF, so.
and maybe
Not
because
yet.
he's doing college.
Oh, do they?
I don't know if he's actually gonna get out of it, or if he, because there have been points in our
Does he
lives where
have to? I mean, he's an American citizen, like, first.
I don't think he
right?
has to. Yeah, I think he can.
But he's also an
not-
Israeli citizen. I think if you're both, then you
But
have
wouldn't
to.
you have to be born there?
Oh, is that the rule?
I don't know. You
I
can
feel
also
like
like
that
test
should
out
be the rule.
for being smart. Like if
Oh,
you're
okay.
good at
Then he'd
he
probably
could
test out,
definitely.
yeah.
I don't.
I guess I'll just ask.
Gilad
him
was
about
born in Israel.
Military Johnny.
Yeah, I don't think
Johnny would
Gilad's
be
going
killing
into
the
that.
military.
Yeah, he would.
I think both his brothers did.
Be like
Johnny's
the guys
sister's
on
in the
Dust, too.
military.
Yeah, Johnny's sister, she worked, but she's not like a sol. I don't think she's like a.
She does like
soldier.
computer.
Yeah, she's a hacker.
She beat
Computer.
Oops.
Johnny would just be the guys on Dust too. Let's
Oh,
go.
it's like Counter-Strike in real life.
That's terrible. I hope Johnny doesn't listen to this one.
Don't worry, he won't.
Yeah. Wait, listen to the other one or some of the other ones.
Oh, that's right. That's true. Okay, we'll just call this one.
Johnny,
We don't talk about Johnny in this one at all, so don't even
Hey,
try.
this is a T-sided map. It's like
Wow. I don't think.
It is weird how little kids, even here, are like kind of raised on that.
Are retarded.
Yeah.
They're fed this like pro-America like nationalism stuff, and they like buy
Yeah.
into it.
well, so like it's a combination of so many things. Cause like for a lot of the kids here, since it's such a mixed pot, it's like, oh, we came here because we got this opportunity, like whether like for immigrants and whatnot.
Yeah.
And then for some, it's for like a lot of other people, it's obviously like the hard right, like, you know, patriotism bullshit. You know, that's like a little bit of what I was raised on,
Oh yeah.
but not so much, not to like an extreme, because my parents are both Republicans, so it's like, you know,
yeah. Oh yeah. I forget about that.
yeah.
Because you're so not Republican.
No, I'm not.
Did you have a moment where you were like, you know what, this isn't for me?
Yeah.
You remember the moment?
There was like a turning point.
Turning point.
I don't know if there was an exact.
Thank you.
I can't remember if there was an exact turning point, but at some point I was like, wait, no. Like, this is all, like, completely wrong. This is bullshit.
It could have been like a gradual waking up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd say it was definitely when Trump got elected, for sure.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's a big one. Because it's like, that point is just so oblivious. Like, oh,
Ooh.
these guys are just crooks. Like,
Yeah.
don't get me wrong, I love Trump. Like, he's
Me
the
too,
best,
brother.
but, like, still.
I don't know. Like, I was sort of brought up in, like Garrett was talking about the immigrant sense. Like, that's, my dad was like, or for me, it's not really like, I don't have an allegiance to the country. It's more so of, like, the idea.
Yeah.
Of, like, because, like,
The dream.
yeah,
Yeah.
The dream, but, like,
Which is like a false promise at this point, but still.
such bullshit.
Yeah.
like my dad, if he stayed in Lebanon, you know, we'd be fucking broke and like living in a shanty little apartment, and like it would
Just be worse off.
yeah, we'd be significantly worse off. But he got an opportunity through a scholarship through the Prime Minister of Lebanon to come here to get a degree, and like, you know, now he has a home and runs a business or whatever. You know what I mean? Like,
And a loser kid.
and a loser kid, yeah, who runs a stupid podcast. But like, he could afford to have a kid that doesn't work because. So like
I mean, all of us, even those of us who aren't the children of immigrants, are the descendants of immigrants.
Yeah.
None of
Right,
us are
at
Native
some
American. So we've all had this same origin story of like.
I'm like
People.
second gen.
Yeah, but if
There's
it's
so
like
much
multiple
story there.
generations, then it's no longer the same origin story.
Yeah.
No, the origin never changes.
Yeah,
The origin
but,
of
like,
your
your
family
origin
coming here.
story.
Sure. Okay. Well, whatever. I mean,
Like his is a little different than somebody who's like fourth generation, like going way back.
Yeah.
but
Because it's fresher in his mind than it is for that person.
yeah. No, I didn't mean that.
Right. You know, I know what you mean.
okay. Yeah.
I meant that.
I get what you're saying.
That
Just
American dream is so prevalent that every one of us is probably here in this location because of that. That idea that some point in our family, people were like, "Oh, we can make a better life here."
Yeah.
Yeah, and now we are all benefiting from those people.
Yeah.
I mean, you can if you want to. It's just kind of toxic.
Yeah, I honestly think it's not a better life. Well, I don't.
You just get more money. That's for the same job.
Yeah, I think it's can't think of how to put this into words. It's intoxicating, right? This idea that like you could come here and you could get the house and the family and the job, and then your kids could have the house and the family and the job, and that could just keep going and going. But I also think it's like an empty goal.
Right.
Like that alone
Right.
will not bring any fulfillment. Just simply having the kids and the job and stuff, or maybe
I feel like it opens the door for like.
though, right?
maybe you could find domestic bliss.
Like that's not
bliss.
that's
I'll
not
give you some
necessarily
domestic
that's not
bliss.
necessarily your idea of fulfillment, but it could be to someone else. So
Well, I'm talking about someone, like I'm talking about when I meet people who, like we were talking to Mr. Easton.
Mhm.
What?
Yeah,
What?
No, yeah.
yes.
And he's telling us about how he told us a little bit about like, being on this track where he's like, okay, I'm going to become a teacher, and then finally he is a teacher, and he has like the wife and kids and stuff, and then going, now what?
Right.
And that's what I'm talking. I think everyone will be faced with now what,
Yeah.
because this goal of
Well,
getting
then
a
you just
job.
set other stupid goals. Like,
yeah.
The now what was probably solved within 10 minutes. Like, like share us a dramatic story.
Well,
but
you could. I don't know about solved. You can put off the now what.
I guess, but then what are you doing in that moment? I don't know. I guess
Right.
you can appreciate how far you've come, but that lasts about 5 minutes.
Yeah. I mean, but at the same time, like you talked about, like it's the people that come here, immigrants. It's like the same job for more money, but it's also like
Yeah.
more like quality of life is significantly better. Like I've been to
Yeah,
Lebanon, and
That's a
it's,
good point.
like living in Lebanon is really shit. Like the electricity cuts out every 6 hours. None of the water's clean. The streets are filthy. They're crumbling. All the buildings are riddled with bullet holes and like falling apart and shit. And that's relatively good compared to how it was when my dad was living there in like the 70s and the 80s.
Yeah.
So, like,
I mean, of course, that's a worse alternative.
Yeah.
Right.
But for us, none of us, of the four of us, have to face that alternative right now, right?
or ever.
Right. For us, the question is what now? Like, do we want to chase the... Because I honestly think I know I'm alone here. I think that our time would be better spent if we focused on, instead of getting the more money and stuff in the house and whatever, detaching more and becoming less and less reliant on that stuff.
Right, you were telling us you wanted to live in a commune.
I do want to live in a commune, and I was getting you on my side. We were fantasizing about a commune together.
If
That's one approach, yeah.
if the commune was like we had like plumbing and like the internet and like it was a nice place to live and I didn't have
Quality
to
of
worry about
life, right?
shit. Yeah, then like obviously I'd live in a commune, but like no communes are like that. They're all just shacks in the woods and everyone's...
I don't know how many communes you've been to.
Been to a few. No, I don't know. Maybe
This
but, like,
is what I was meant earlier with if you had unlimited resource. Because I think if I had an unlimited resource, then I'd just make my big commune with plumbing and internet.
Yeah, if you got
and
rich,
right.
you'd make a commune.
Yeah.
even
Definitely.
if I got rich,
pretty
I'd
sick.
try to get rid of most of my money by giving it to other people.
Is this the Bill Gates defender here?
Oh,
saying
yeah.
that?
I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, if you think
that's
that is
basically-
kind of what rich people do. They
You know
build a
what?
little commune.
You
They
know
have a
what?
mansion.
In a
Yeah.
way,
or
getting a
multiple.
house and starting a family. Kind of like
That's
building a
that's a
commune.
commune, right? But
A
you
little
have to
bit,
pay for
right.
it.
Well, the difference is I want to be way out in the desert, away from all the other houses
Sure.
and families. Yeah.
What are you gonna do for food?
I think we'd have a little bit of a farm together. I actually really think that the commune idea doesn't take that much money. Like the idea of being like, I think we've talked about like,
Self-sustaining.
just someone who has a little family and a little farm, like way out in like Europe, maybe in like the, I don't know, like a couple centuries ago, and you like barely have any contact with other people. You just stay with your family on your farm and you sustain yourselves. That sounds very appealing to me.
Yeah, but every once in a while the
Wouldn't you
king's
get
men
lonely?
come knocking.
You get
That's why
lonely.
you have the family.
Die of
The
smallpox.
family gets fucking annoying, dude. Your fucking bitch ass
Right.
kids are fucking
Right.
screaming. Your wife's being a bitch.
Oh, but I don't want to have the kids. I want to
The
have
dog
a
got bit
commune,
by a snake,
so.
and you have to fucking suck the venom out of it, just so your kid doesn't cry. Like,
For me, family would be just a group of like peers,
Right. Well,
like a collective of like
I see.
20 people maybe.
this guy, that guy.
no, I wouldn't.
I want to do a
Those guys.
Jonestown. Join me in the Jonestown.
So
Come
we
to
could all
Septown.
drink the Kool-Aid.
Drink the Kool-Aid.
I'd love to drink.
We don't
the
have Kool-Aid. We have 7-Up. Is that okay?
How about Mountain Dew?
We can do Mountain Dew. Do you want ice with that?
Does it?
Sure. I
Okay.
would like ice with that.
Okay. Let me just be
Can
right
you
back.
make it a Baja Blast?
Does it
perhaps?
still? That's
Whoa.
only available at Taco Bell.
Yeah, man. That's only
Is this
available.
not a Taco
Thanks.
Bell?
Thank you. Yeah, it's only this. No, this is.
It's Sebtown.
Yeah, this is Septown.
I thought it was at Taco Bell.
Well, we have a Taco Bell.
Oh, okay. If you had a commune, would you let a little franchise start a company, like a little? Like,
This seems like the most anti-commune thing to do.
it's
This
like
is our commune. We have a Target. We got a Starbucks.
just make a little city.
This is
Yeah.
we got a Papa John's. We're employing everybody who lives at the commune.
I feel like I'm, like, I want it so bad. I want the little like concrete collection of buildings out in Joshua Tree, and we're just doing psychedelics and making art all the time and
Would I
growing
be
our own
able to
soy.
have the general store?
Yeah, you can be called General Store. Is that like a cool nickname?
No,
The
General Store.
No, it's just one of those buildings.
How you doing, General?
This is my general store.
Drop and give me 50.
Can I be
Why
the
would the-
marketplace?
Okay. Well, you want a
I sell you
concrete
groceries.
drug?
I was
den.
gonna say like that all like honestly is what I really want, but I feel like what is most likely going to happen is in like 10 years I'll have like a wife and kids,
Yeah,
and then you guys will be
exactly.
like, you fucking asshole, you said you weren't going to do it. Because I mean, right?
Hell
Because
yeah.
that's what everyone we
Does.
know does.
Yeah.
And I
Some
just
people don't have kids.
that's true, yeah.
But if you have a wife,
But not a lot of
you can
people
still
we know.
rub it in.
Yeah.
And your adopted Chinese son.
I really like, honestly, when I think about the little house and the wife and kids, like what I grew up in, I'm like, ugh, gross. Ugh.
I feel like it'd be more fun on the parent end.
Maybe I don't know.
Yeah. I
Do your
think it'd be
parents
better.
fight a lot?
Not really. Just like dumb banter, but like not really.
Right. Yeah. It isn't. It isn't like a big. There's not usually.
Well, we hold
arguments.
Fight Club at the Noah household. We don't fight each other.
That's what that basement's for.
Yeah.
That's actually like the perfect. That's like what they have in the movie.
Yeah.
You seen
I wonder-
Fight Club?
If I seen Fight Club, no.
I've actually never seen it either, but I know
Me neither.
the premise.
Oh yeah, none of you guys have seen Fight Club.
No.
Oh, this is why I keep suggesting we watch.
We should watch that the next time we watch a film.
Yeah. Next time we watch a film.
All right. Well, that was a good podcast. Martin, thanks for being on here.
Hey, fuck you.
All right. Yeah.
Thanks for having me.
Any closing remarks?
Not.
I'll just end it.
I'd love to have you back.
Yeah.
Suck my penis.
Okay.
You gonna go home and jerk your little ding dong now?
Little.
Yeah, you're gonna put your
I
little
think
hand
you
on your
mean
little.
micro.